What is up, everybody? It's Zach from Switchforce. Gabe was here previously playing the game about going up the mountain, and I'm back with another video. He brought you some handheld gameplay. I'm bringing you some docks gameplay. Celeste is freaking awesome. I'm far farther in this adventure than what I'm allowed to show you before launch, but this is still a cool chapter, and this memorial is dedicated to people who perished here. What if all reading was like this? Every time you grabbed a book, a paper, an online article, it was like, I hope you can figure it out, because we've got that lotto roller on hyperdrive, and you probably can't figure it out. But we are going to figure out more and more about this game, and I want to give you guys some updated thoughts. I obviously can't speak on everything that's going down in the adventure of Celeste, because it does release on January 25th, and we're only allowed to show pieces of that puzzle. But I can tell you that I started off a little bit concerned about Celeste. I started off worried, like, hey, is it going to live up to what I hope it can, which is like this gem of a game that very much takes the 2018 crown from stuff like Super Meat Boy as a very difficult, very charming, very engaging, very must-play platformer. And at the first chapter, I was like, nope, it feels very rote, and I wish they had just brought Towerfall. After the second chapter, I was like, okay, I'm very interested to see where this is going. After the third and fourth chapters, I was like, dude, Celeste is my jam. And here's something that is going to show you how this game gets real weird, because there's a lot more emphasis on characters, lore, and changing things up than I feel I expected. And while Madeline's moveset itself may not get that drastically different, she will earn a little bit along the way, but it's not like, oh, she's, you know, granting or getting these powers Mega Man style. The world, the elements are changing, and not just the way that the levels look, but how you interact with the levels, what's going on, the elements within the levels. It's very, very cool. And without spoiling anything, I can say I think you're going to be mighty pleased. I have been thus far. I'm through 4 chapters. I've got a whole lot of berry juice and a whole lot of deaths. I think I'm at like 50 berries and like 450 deaths. The game is a blast, though. You saw just one instance of how the world changes. We took those celestial blobs and turned them into swimming pools, so that's pretty cool. You can now swim through these things. You just got to make sure that you pop out the other side with space, because if you run straight into a wall, you will die. Now, the berries are optional little achievements that you can grab, and there I went straight into... Oh, look at that! Gabe is playing Celeste as well. What are the odds, Gabby J? But the berries are optional ways to increase the challenge and the difficulty of the game even further. I've got a bunch of these. I'll grab this one just to be cool and show you guys what's up. But, yes, they're totally optional. You can kind of then tailor the difficulty. I will say that the game does get pretty darn hard, even if you do not want to collect the berries. And if you are someone that likes to make things even crazier of a challenge, there are some mini-games in here, or at least one that I've found thus far, that make it insanely difficult. There are also B-sides, which is not a spoiler. It's something that's revealed right on the product page on Nintendo.com, in that this game has even more difficult versions of the levels that you can unlock, which is crazy town, because the levels themselves are already tricky, and then getting a hyper difficult version of said level, and like, trust me, they are incredibly difficult. This is not like, ooh la la, something, you know, like, I screwed up, I think. Shoot! It's not something like, hey, it's just it's a rearrangement of the platforms. No. No, it's really challenging. And I love that. I love that there's something like super crazy balls for us to dig our teeth into if we want to. And I think for those reasons, it has already become one of my favorite Switch games. I think it's a must-play. 20 bucks, it's a must-play. It is a gem and a half, and I freaking love it. So, like, this element, I have not seen this element reused yet, and I think that's something that Matt Makes Games and all the people that worked on Celeste do really well, is that there's freshness at every chapter, every encounter, every instance, and there's also some characters. Madeline, darling, slow the heck down. Who said that? Oh, I'm simply a concerned observer. As this weird gypsy witch version of herself appears. Are you me? I'm part of you. It's a long name. Why would part of me look so creepy? ... This is just what I look like, okay?
Deal with it.
Sorry, I didn't mean. Forget about it. I can't tell you what a relief it is to finally get out of your head. But look, I'm worried about us. We need a hobby. But this... Hey, I know it sounds crazy, but I need to climb this mountain. You are many things, darling, but you're not a mountain climber. Who says I can't be? I know it's not your strong suit, but be reasonable for once. You have no idea what you're getting into. You can't handle this. That is exactly why I need to do this, weird purple lady. Are you the weak part of me or the lazy part? I'm the pragmatic part, and I'm trying to be diplomatic here. Let's go home together. And now we're going to embark upon one of the interesting boss-type encounters that this game has. They're not bosses in the fact that you have to, like, bop them on the head. But they are bosses in that you will need to use your skills and your thrills to navigate the environments, navigate the world, and escape or avoid or whatever. I do not know how to get that berry over there. I wish I did. It's, like, hidden in a door. The cool thing is you'll see she goes where you go. So it's a very interesting mechanic of having to time things and avoid her and just, again, utilize the skills that you've picked up through the chapters to best handle the given scenario or die. And when you die, it's a really quick reload. You're going to make a game like this, you better freaking give me a quick reload. I appreciate that so much. And it's something I have to have. I do not want my game about dying a million times to be full of long loads, or loads at all. There are no load screens here. There are duplicate evil twins, and that's something you're just going to have to deal with if you want to play Celeste. But, A, it's totally worth it. Eventually there's like a ghost hotel. Got a lot of really cool stuff happening, and I'm a big, big, big fan. I think the game is freaking awesome thus far, and I'm loving every second of it. I got that extra berry that I hadn't had before. Ow! No! Wicked Witch of the West, you really wumpused me there. Alright, so this time we're going to let this fall for an easier navigation. I'm going to go here, I'm going to let them go here, I'm going to hold on, drop down, cling through, slime and grind my way to victory. This level took me about 20, well, we'll go check. We'll check the stat screen. I think this level took me 25 minutes the first time. I beat it before, obviously. Like I said, I'm farther along in the game. And it took me like 10 minutes the second time, and it's probably going to take me even less this time. And that's cool. This is like a speedrunner's dream game. There is a lot to master, and the skills that you pick up, not necessarily from like the, like, oh, your girl Maddie gets some power up, but just like how you learn to navigate the environments, how you learn to take advantage of the moves, what is possible with the jumps, how to sort of push that to its maximum. You can get a heck of a lot quicker, shave off a lot of time, and I hope that this is a game that people will love to do stuff like that with, because it feels absolutely perfect for it. Okay, I'll let these guys go underneath me. Yeeks! Alright, you guys go there, I'm gonna go there, and I am getting out of here as we fall down and turn super freaking skinny. We're gonna zoom, my friends, our way out of this Aquarius, colorful, kooky world full of secrets, gems, strawberries, and purple versions of ourselves that we don't want to know. There is a strawberry up here. I've already gotten it, but I thought it'd be fun to show you guys just, again, some of the different like challenges that they've got going on. It is a very difficult game, but because the strawberries are completely optional, you can kind of make it as hard or as difficult as you want, which I appreciate. I like that games are more and more doing that. You know, the game itself is difficult. The mandatory parts, getting through the chapters, is difficult, but you can kind of add to that in terms of how many of those berries you want to get in the over 600 screens that this game has. Hello, pick up the phone, baby. Talk to me, even though it's weird that there's one out here in the middle of nowhere. Hello?
Madeline, are you calling from a payphone?
Yes. No, wait, you called me.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't matter, I'm in trouble. I'm being chased by
someone.
I don't really understand what's going on, but I know I'm in danger. I can feel it.
Madeline, you only call me when you're panicking in the middle of the night. You don't have to make up some ridiculous story just to get my attention.
I'm not making it up. You always do this. Shh, it's alright, calm down. There is this undertone of panic attacks, anxiety, and there's even like a cool mini game about breathing. I don't know, I appreciate that a lot as someone that has dealt with and struggled with anxiety and panic attacks throughout my life. Cool to see it come up in Celeste, a game that can be anxiety-inducing with some of the jumps. But I like that there also is the plot injection of that as well.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. Talk to me.
I'm climbing Celeste Mountain. I found this old mirror. It's shattered, but part of me escaped, and I'm dreaming, aren't I?
Madeline, of course you're dreaming. I haven't spoken to you in months. Why would I start now?
Ugh, why am I even climbing this stupid mountain? And then, out of nowhere, Purple People Eater appears, says, I'm wondering the same thing. It's time to give up and go home. And then vanishes, turns the light post into a 7-eyed monster, or 6-eyed monster, or 7 if you want to count that giant mouth, and then swallows you. Then you wake up, and you're like, la-di-da-da, la-di-da-do. Why is the music so freaking good? And it really is. It changes throughout the chapters, and each chapter has sort of its own little symphonic style. I love it. This is Theo. I also love him. He's a cool guy. Hey, Madeline, you made it. Sup? Climbing up here was tough, but totally worth it. Just look at these ruins. I took so many great pics. Want to see? Oh, sure. Let's scroll through his phone. Don't keep swiping to the left. Like Drake said, Theo, those are great. Maybe I'll finally hit 1,000 followers with these. Oh, yeah. Instagram model Theo. Oh, we need to formally commemorate this occasion. Take a selfie with me. I don't know if that's a good idea right now. Come on, it's easy. Like, well, I was just swallowed, Theo, so I don't... Okay, fine. Yo, I definitely look like a girl that just got swallowed. Okay. Peace out, Theo. We've had fun. But no, the game is amazing. Any worries I had about repetitiveness or simplicity were assuaged by the subsequent chapters. It's totally worth the $20. It's polished beyond heck. It's amazing. I already want a sequel. I don't think there's going to be one. They're focusing on Towerfall and bringing that to Switch, but that'll be super cool as well. It's a totally different style. But I love that Celeste is able to be exciting and interesting, even though it is, you know, a 16-bit style platformer with difficulty. That's like a genre that has been flooded over the last 5 years. Celeste does enough different and innovates in enough interesting ways, and you call your mom from payphones in the middle of snowy mountains, so I recommend it. 2 thumbs up. Switch Force approved. We'll have a full review later this week as Mom takes us out of Chapter 2 talking about our troubles and telling us to relax. I'm going to tell you guys, stay ready because Celeste hits later this week, and you're going to want it, and I hope we'll see you back on our review. 743, I moved through that mission with a whole lot of anti-molasses flair. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest gems on the Switch, including bigger games, smaller games, and those right in between. We've got you covered. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/TheSwitchForce. Link is always in the description. Got another berry, got some more deaths, and until next time, Switch Force, out.